So, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Sarah and I'm representing iLove. We are a small startup trying to revolutionize this pharmaceutical world with something that will look like scientific fiction, but at the end of the day, I hope you understand the data behind it as well. So, this Optomics platform is being developed for a burden that you already heard in the previous session, which is Alzheimer. So I'll skip the introduction to Alzheimer and I'll focus on the real problem that pharmaceutical companies and actually healthcare systems are facing, which is selecting these Alzheimer's patients that will actually work and fit for the drugs that are being developed. And the reason why I'm saying this, we can be based on facts, of course, is because only about 14% of the patients that are considered Alzheimer's will benefit from the two drugs that are now approved. So this means that for the other 86% of the patients, they need to undergo a pipeline of tests that are highly invasive, like lumbar punctures for CSF analysis, but also very costly for pharmaceutical companies like PET scans. So our goal with the Optomics technology, and this is a photonics-based technology that screens our blood-derived samples like plasma, is to create a view of everything that is changing in our blood samples. This means the different molecular aspects that we have been traditionally looking at through Optomics in a single picture that will tell us whether the patient has or not Alzheimer's. And how do we do this? Because as you can imagine, the signal that results from this optical interaction with the matter is very complex. And here's where we apply AI to help us on understanding what are the specific patterns that characterize these Alzheimer's patients. So what is the repetitive sequence that repeats in all these patients and doesn't happen in non-AD controls? So in our case, we have been applying these already in clinical settings, and we understood that in our very, very early beginning, that with just a accuracy above 75%, we can already provide cost savings for pharmaceutical companies developing clinical trials of around 100 million per trial. And this is, of course, not just the money, but the unneeded discomfort that we are saving from the patients that don't have the right profile. So, of course, we have competitors, and some of them are already working on this minimal invasive approach. But what really distinguishes our technology is that it's low cost, it's much more scalable and rapid to give results. So at the end of the day, it will enable a scalable approach to fast track all these patients for clinical trials. During these years, we have been on every technical hardware development we have been patented, and we have already a robust IP strategy of 4 families of patents, and everything that is AI related is actually under trade secret. So we are further improving our performance to a target performance of 0.9 AROC through the biggest Alzheimer's clinical trial in the world at the moment. So this is a 1,000 patient that is being recruited in the US, UK, and Canada, and they are deploying our technology for validation. We will also access a large amount of metadata that will help us on increasing the explainability of our AI models and benchmark against emerging and gold standard technologies. What we want to do with that after? We want to validate that through our multicentric clinical trial that we are developing at the moment here in Portugal in more than 10 hospitals. And for that, this is where the award comes, because we are missing a final step of classifying these patients using CT scans, which is, as you know, very expensive. So we cannot really afford it, neither the hospitals that are working with us. And this will then complete the entire technical dossier that we need for submitting for regulatory approval, and after that, hopefully, begin our commercialization plans. So our team, as you can imagine, is multidisciplinary. So we have a team of brilliant engineers, data scientists, and biologists working together every day to enable this, and our partners across the world, to be honest. So after our initial funding of 10 million, we are now starting a fundraising with strategic partners across the world, in Japan and the US as well, to then expand this commercialization approach. So thank you so much for your attention. I'll be very happy to answer your questions.
Tecnimede Open Innovation Competition.